Hi, I'm Tim from Camper and I'm going to be taking you through a multi-part series on the rebuild of Hema's iconic 76. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And today we're going to go through the plan and a few of the people involved. Hema Maps bought this 76 around 5 years ago and built it from stock to map patrol capable. This means it's built to be reliable and capable with added fuel capacity, upgraded diffs, bar work, power systems, but it also means it's done hard work, covering over 250,000 Ks of hard track work. Justin from Hema has been in charge of the 76 for a couple of years now, after it came down from Brisbane. And after my first drive, I think it's fair to say the 76 is an old workhorse who needs a fair spruce up or to be sent out to pasture. But there's a problem. The wait times on a new 70 are out over 2 years, so we're going to go the refresh route. So gearboxes in 70 series have always been a bit average, really long throw, not the easiest engagement, but this one's done 330,000 Ks, makes a bit of a whine here and there. I can hear the release bearing is on the way out, so it's definitely due for an overhaul, which honestly makes it a great time to fit a Terrain Tamer gear set because it is a 2016 box, so at 100 Ks an hour this thing is screaming at almost 2400 RPM. Now the clutch has been replaced a few times. It should get a new clutch again now. The one that's in it slips a little bit. It has done a lot of hard work, a few beach recoveries and a lot of heavy off-roading. So what about the undersides? The 76 already has long-range tanks, bringing the total volume to 310 litres. That will stay, but might get a once-over. It sits on a bit of a mismatch of suspension, with uprated springs, shocks and airbags. So the plan is to re-weigh the rig and then go to a complete suspension setup from the great guys at Ironman. Now, the diff has been widened, but it was done over 200,000 Ks ago. So it's due for a refresh, and while we're there, we'd like to move to the latest in locker technology as well. So we'll hopefully match the front axle with an Eaton e-locker to the back. And while we're there, we'll refresh the bearings and seals. The brakes are fairly new, but we'll check them while we're there. The 1VD is unopened, but it has had some work done to it. It has a full exhaust and a throttle controller, but it's getting tired. The injectors are on the way out, it's blowing a bit of smoke and it feels down on power. And of course, it uses and drops oil. It's at this point we just don't trust it to do the tough map patrol work required. This is a work truck. It has to be reliable and it has to be safe when it takes staff out into some of the most remote parts of Australia. So the first thing to do is a health check. And for that, it's strapped on a dyno to see what she'll do and how bad it really is. And this is the perfect spot to introduce the most important part of any project or rebuild, and that's a reliable partner. That's exactly what the four-wheel drive workshop in Seaford, Melbourne have been to thousands of four-wheel drive enthusiasts and Hema Maps. Jeff runs the four-wheel drive workshop and has over 35 years in the business. What Jeff has done in his lifetime would put most of us to shame, and given him the experience to know how to build a rig to be reliable and safe, but he's also a bit of a petrol head, so he'll help you modify your ride for performance too. There are always a few patrols and Landcruisers in the shop and out front, but the team are seeing more modern utes and SUVs coming in, and with their partnership with Ironman, they have the gear to help you go further. So we ran it up on the dyno and we saw a quite respectable 130 kilowatts, 450 newton meters, which was a bit better than I expected. The injectors are bloody noisy though. So the next thing, we put it up in the sky. We found a few problems. There's a rear main seal leak, a bit of dusting around the airbox, and the suspension is flogged. So next episode, we're going to start by stripping the car down, getting the 1VD out and sending it off for a full rebuild. Now we'll talk to Jeff from the four-wheel drive workshop, who will give us the lowdown on exactly what you need to know when you're rebuilding your 1VD.